Hey everybody, and welcome to 5G Railgun discussion. No, to the finals of Jaraci Cup 14. The grand finals in the upper bracket going to be between AGameAnx and Descara. What else is new? Let me find my info.txt here if I can, and I will show it to you. Alright, Descara gonna grab Saban and AGame is Galazine. We've seen that before. Of course, this is just the matchup that Descara and I played in the semifinals. AGame bans Firebase Krill, Descara bans Shallows, picks the Boneyard for game 1, and we'll jump right into it here. What do I feel about this draft? I mean, again, it's a situation where like you're gonna have to play every map. I think Descara banning Shallows for comfort, but the map that AGame really wants to play is Canyon Alt. I think actually it might even be nice for him to save it for like the ace match, but he's gonna ban Shallows instead. AGame bans Firebase. That's a map that Descara really likes. So, you know, I have to say I think that AGame is winning the draft here. AGame gonna grab Titan and Torin for the next two as well, and those are just maps that I think are gonna be great for both players, but AGame really likes Titan Passage. Seems like he'll have some momentum in this series, so let's keep our eyes on it, see what happens. Is Saban defense stronger or is Coalition defense stronger? Well, that's a really good question. I mean, I feel like Coalition defense is stronger in the early game, but Saban gets to a point where it's really hard to flank them because you've got to commit tons of units to be able to fight the ALMs. So, I'd say early game Coalition defense is probably better, late game Saban defense is probably better. We'll see if the Peanut Gallery agrees. It's going to be LAV Fab on the way for Descara. Production upgrade as well, so he is going to play for the LAV spam opener here. And you can see AGame pathing this base runner out. He wants to get some vision on his opponent. AGame really hates being blind, so when he goes ref mode first like this, which is what he's going to do most certainly, he's going to bring the base runner out to drop the scanner. When we turn off reveal all, you can see this actually doesn't see the turret, or the carrier that is, but yeah, carrier's going to move forward just a little bit here, so now it's going to be seen. And what he's really looking for is to see, is there a support cruiser light blinking? In this case, the answer is no, of course. And he's going to see the LAV come out in just a moment. There it is. Okay, so AGame knows what's up. Ah, but he's not gone for ref mode. Okay, this is a little bit big-brained then. He's kind of faking his opponent out here. So, okay, like, if I go for ref mode, I'm going to have to fight this, LAV versus Skim mid game, which is a little, or early game, which is a little bit difficult. He's gonna go for assault chips instead. Okay, I like this. I like this. Base runner not going to retire here. That's an option, but he's not gonna do it. By the way, we should talk about the spawn bias. I mean, everyone who's got a brain anyway, I should say, got him, really prefers to have this spawn over this one. I mean, oh my gosh, I got it the other way around. Okay, I got myself. I'm sorry. They prefer to have this spawn instead of this one. And the reasoning really is mostly about, like, this is horrible for holding the second base. Very, very unfortunate Dune layouts. And then the third base has just, like, permanent high ground leading up to it. And, you know, the other player doesn't have such problems, so... Here's the first assault chip out. LAV's even getting the armor upgrade. Okay, interesting. You don't usually see players like Descara play like this where they're getting the upsets early, but he must be really anticipating the fight with the Sand Skimmers, but he sees, okay, look, he's not on 2-base. Well, in that case, where is he, right? Gonna be this assault chip coming up here. Descara sees it now. And we'll see what his answer is. Often we see players go for, like, railguns here. And then we enter a mid-game where it's about, like, air versus LAV, which is kind of interesting. That's 3 assault chips with the 4th one on the way. So AGame's certainly not skipping out on the on the numbers here. It's gonna be AAV Fab on the queue for Descara, who wants to fight with AAVs, not rails. The only problem is that it makes your LAVs not terribly effective in this fight, but they can still contribute something. AGame doesn't have the armor ups yet. Okay, I say that right as he finishes armor 1. Yeah, the patented bozo hiccups. I need an emote for that too. I don't know why, man. I just always get hiccups. There's just no helping it, I guess. AV Fab gonna come out of Descara. These LAVs are kind of finding their way around here. This is a bit of an interesting setup. I mean, you do want these for the defense, but at the same time, like, they can't do a whole lot, so maybe he just plans to deny, like, long-distance miners, but AGame seems to have a beat on it. He's gonna leave an assault ship back at home. And this attack is dangerous, but we do have Sunder on the carrier, and that's gonna make the LAVs a lot more effective. Here's the carrier block attempt by Descara. Base runner heal though, gonna come in clutch here actually. This AV just assault ship just will not die. AV gonna pop now. If you're targeting the guy who's been hit by Sunder, you're always gonna be in a good place. But Descara really needs to up the weapons here, not the ALMs. He doesn't have any ALMs left. Okay, there's one. Smoke goes down to try and keep the salvagers alive. Oh my gosh. Salvos are going down all over the place. This is weird. The assault ships are like shooting at the guys who are on the other side of the dune. He wants to just kill the support cruiser. I think this PC can get away too, I reckon. Support cruiser goes down. Oh boy. Well, tell your sister that Cars 3 is a dumb movie anyway. Looks like these assault ships here are going to be hung out to dry most of it. Scar really probably wants to finish this. It's healing. Oh, please finish this one off. Oh no, he's gonna let this guy heal up. This guy's gonna live. No, not like this. They killed each other! Oh my gosh, mutually assured destruction over there. Assault ships actually like damage a Saban carrier. I mean, you can see he's like taking fire here. Just Carrier asked in the last series, do you remember? He said like, who assault ship rushes Saban? AGameAnx apparently, and he makes it look good. Gosh. Ref mode on the way, Railgun Fab on the way. Yeah, there's a lot of tools that AGame has, but don't go back. Go ahead and mine on your opponent's second. That's what we all want to see. It's gonna be Assault Rails. I love it. I love it. The idea with Assault Rails here is that they can hit a carrier too, and in fact they have higher DPS than heavies. But they can be hit too, so you have to micro them, but I mean... Come on, is a player like AGameAnx gonna shy away from micro? I don't think so. AGame says it's fine at 5 AM. He's going to bed. Darn. Yeah, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Well, sadly, Descara's gonna GG before AGame has the ability to mine off his opponent's second base, so, you know, not gonna happen, but... You know, I really don't know. I've been thinking about that, but I don't have any answers for you. Maybe I'll look into it later. Let's jump into game 2 here, then. This series is starting off pretty fire. That one's Descara's pick, mind you, so AGame has his pick now, just tied in Passage. Again, a map that he really, really enjoys to play on, so... You know, no surprises there. It's going to be Torrent Alt next. College Teeth comes afterward. That's true, actually. Just Carrier's, like, either in the same time zone or very close to it as AGame, so he's got no excuse. He's got no excuse. Yeah, because, I mean, every time we cast it, we mention the spawn bias. You know, that's not a good sign, is it? I agree, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I've been thinking about making some layouts before JC15, but they'd have to be tested and everything. There's one that Just Carrier made that we might use. Ref mode on the way. And he's going to pull these two guys over, so it looks like AGame not going to go for early aggro on this map. And that's not surprising. The theory that AGame has made about tight end passage, and I think he's onto something, I really do, is that this map is good for aggro, but the real difference is that, like, you know, you can't ever get this third base back if you lose it. It's just impossible, right? And so if you can get your, like, railguns up on this position, you just win the game. So he wants to play for like a 2-base, right? Where you you get on a 2-base, you get railguns, then you make 2-base timing attacks, and try and hold your opponent off of his 3rd base. Then you can get yours set up. You just kind of win the game. So I think he's really onto something there. I think that's kind of the best way to play this map. I have, yeah, actually AGame made that one, but we ended up not liking it so much, so turned out to be a Jaraci Cup reject, sadly enough. Would that work? Maybe. Maybe. I need to look at Boneyard. Maybe we'll do that after the series is done and like see what we think about it. AGame, by the way, not playing this greedy at all. We saw Houston do this exact same build several times in the last series. He's gonna go out and scout his opponent, and the build is production upgrade LAVs. So, and he won't know that when he sees the one, but after he sees a couple more, he'll know. And for AGame, I think there's 2 ways to answer it. You can go 2PC, or you can get Assault Chip Fab. But I would prefer 2PC. Just lets you match the production, and then you also have an ability to get up onto more bases. He's just gonna build a salvager. He don't care. He don't care none such. I like it. I like it. Getting a bunch of RUs as well. So I'm thinking maybe tech is the answer then. Yep, it's gonna be Assault Chips here. And for Descara, no support cruiser in sight. He will want to get that eventually, but for the time being, his opponent's on 2 base and he's on 1, so he wants to make pressure happen with these LAVs. Oh, I did. Yeah, it's on like several places actually. Welcome, by the way, Warp. It's always nice to see you. Here comes the scuffle. It's gonna be a oh gosh, Descara's focus fire is bad here actually. AGame takes a 2 for 2 now. Okay, now it's 2 for 3. Now he's starting to lose the fight. A bit of high ground goes a long way for these LABs, but the focus fire was really quite abysmal there. Oh, you mean link my Twitch on my Discord? Ah, yes, you're right. That's a good point. Looks like this fight is actually going well for the LAVs. Assault Chip gonna, or sorry, PC gonna flip with the carrier here. Yeah, that's a good point, Orb. I should do that. Assault Chip's gonna start building now. Defenses 1 finishes. No, I don't. I really should have. Okay, Arik. Scanner dies? Oh, GG. You can't keep playing after that happens. You just can't. AGame's just building more salvagers, he doesn't care. Well, he will be fine. I mean, he's got the assault chips, but the question is how— oh no, Descara pulled his eco on accident. The question really is, like, how much did Descara win off of this? If he's building a SC right now, it's gonna be a lot. He doesn't have any tech. You don't need tech. That's a Bushism, you know? Bit more fleet capacity. Smokefish inbound. And that, I think, is a support cruiser, right? Yeah, that's an SC. So he's gonna get up on the 3 base at this timing. Now, tight end passages, like 2 bases, are pretty close to each other, so AGame is like not mining badly here, but he does need another PC. Railgun tech done. You know what his plan is now, right? He wants to make the 2 base play. So let's see what he can do. It's gonna be heavies that he wants now, but he needs to get anti-air because he can't scout the carrier. You saw the skim trying it, but he couldn't get in there. Railgun fab coming out for Descara. Mr. Fab cancelled. Okay, so he's gonna make the read that his opponent's not going for that. It's brave, but he might get away with it. Based on where the skim died, it's actually possible that he did scout the carrier, but I don't know exactly. Yeah, these were played yesterday, and the lower bracket finals that we just cast were played today, actually. the today. Assault ship gonna get a little chunk off. Look, it's AGame. He's giving us a dumpster. Very nice. Heavy railguns are out. But Descara's already on 3 base, so if AGame wants to play this way, he's gonna have to push him off here. This is gonna be easier said than done. And AGame, you know, no signs of even going up to 3 base here. He needs a PC for that is all he needs, but he's not been able to spare the money. Incoming reference to joke patch in 3, 2, 1. He didn't make it! Oh! I'm very proud of Just Carrier. He's changing. Little fight here with the assault ships and the LAVs, by the way. This one can be won by Saban if he lands a good TJ, but it's a little bit difficult. There's the attempt. Not really too good, though. The assault ship can just kind of kite out of it. Well, seeing that he doesn't even know what the problem is yet, probably not. You should probably explain the deal. Missile ship fab being teched again, by the way, but AGame may well just cancel it now. Yeah, he does. Honor Guard's gonna be the answer instead. Yeah, the way that they like go down the dune and then like curve up, it's very funny looking. Range calibration on the way for AGame very, very early here. Actually, he's gonna cancel Honor Guards for it too. You know, I don't think it's a bad idea. You really have long lines of sight on this map, and calibration's gonna be very nice for hitting these Saban rails, which otherwise outrange you. And, you know, that's a big deal. I mean, whoever outranges the other guy just wins the fight. Exactly like this. Actually, this is MagXL? No, it doesn't have... He doesn't have AAV tech, so he can't get... he can't get the armor upgrades, but he's got MagXL here. Oh, and these railguns are just melting now. Assault ship's taking a lot of damage as well. They're just gonna have to back away here. Oh! Railgun goes down. That's all the rails dead here. This one here doesn't know where it wants to be. These LAVs are just gonna have it for breakfast. Oh boy. Honor Guard teching now, but, you know, that's not gonna help too much here unless he can actually get one out. And this game might actually be decided by that point. Descara's in a really good position right now. He's gonna hunt down these assault ships too, which have found their way all the way out here to the corner of the map. Oh no. Oh man, the Saban railguns sound just even better from far away. Oh, it's Descara, hey! I'm just gonna go vomit now, 1 second. Oh! Oh yeah, the main base got wiped, by the way. That's terrible, I didn't realize how bad that was. Skims managed to clean up the railguns, so that's good for AGame, but I mean... Man, this game really got away from him here. This game really got away from him here. Extraction's gonna come out for Descara too. There's no way in heck you're stopping that. Ah, oh, jeez. Yeah, because Carrier never sleeps, as we know. There's no EMP here either, so, you know, it's gonna be a little... Like, you might actually be able to kill a railgun here. It's gonna be hard to hold these LAVs. No, it looks like he'll be fine. Freedom, I like it. I guess I don't know what time zone AGame's in, but it's probably pretty close to CET. You had to drink to celebrate your victory or defeat. We'll find out which, huh? These games were played yesterday, you know. Extraction gonna come out here. Here's the second one. You're in the same time zone. Well, that's nice. Lithuania and Denmark. I would have thought they were apart from each other. Range calibration being done now gives you an advantage against these rails, but when your opponent has the numbers, he can kind of run up on you. It makes it difficult to just absolutely win the fight by virtue of having calibration. Fighter and gunship teching, by the way, for Descara, and AGame's gonna need missile ship fab, but how can he ever find out? It's gonna be hard to scout there. Takes a nice trade with the LAVs though, manages to get 1 from 0. Salvager's taking fire now, you don't like to see it. Here come the base runners too, so You know, if you can get in range for this honor guard, you might just have problems with TJs, but it looks like the honor guard is going to hit, and it's going to hit well. Here come the TJs, though. Watch out for these. One lands on the skims here, just to try and keep them out of the fight. But the railguns are evaporating. You got to land this on the rails. There it is. I swear I just saw them get, like, pushed by that. But, you know, it doesn't really matter, I think. Like, AGame's in a nice position here. He actually managed to wipe the railgun army. What's going on the flank, though? We'll look back at that later. But, you know, I never thought of it that way. But, you know, AGame's actually getting an army wipe on this side, which is great, because he was really far behind. You know, he kind of pulled a rabbit out of a hat here. I've said that a lot today, I know, but I'm going to say it again. Heavy Vehicles 3 teching for AGame, by the way. Or, sorry, for Descara, so that's going to be really nice in future railgun fights, but it's also going to be pertinent in just a moment when these AAVs hit. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. But AGame, for now, he's managed to win control of this side. By the way, TAC Bomber Fab coming out too, so Descara's out for blood. I mean, he ain't interested in half measures today. Here come the assault ships. When you see this, you just want a GG. It's terrible. AGame's gonna stick in, though. Gonna keep these rails up on this dune here. He'll turn on the calibration. Maybe he'll be able to get something done, but I kind of have a feeling by the time he's able to, like, hold these off, the bombers will just come and kill him. Well, that sucks. Yeah, it happens when Twitch is buffering and it, like, speeds up, slows down just a little bit to try and catch up to the recording, like to the live, you know, but at the same time it's making the music get distorted. Rail Armor 2 done for AGame. That's good, because he's gonna need all the tankiness he can get on these things in a moment. Bomber is building. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Oh, I see. It's my end. Yikers. Let's just blame American internet. Can't be my fault. Can't be my fault. Yeah, units lost still looks bad for AGame, but it's not nearly so bad as it was before. These AVs have been kind of repulsed. But 3 bombers, you know? I mean, if he wants the honor guard, he gets the honor guard. If he wants the rails, he gets those. There's just no answer to this. And AGame doesn't seem to be aware at all. Ah, you're right. You know, he's correct. Like, if you don't lose units, you'll probably win the game. What you want to do is retire everything at the start, and then you can never lose units. No, we all know the real pro tip is to not let the carrier go below 0 health. AVs kill a bunch of salvagers, by the way. Only one survives that onslaught. Here comes the attack on the other side again. And this Gaussian carrier even taking some serious fire. Can you retire the carrier? That's what you did when you stopped playing. Yeah, you can retire the carrier. And yeah, this is what we were talking about tight end passage, right? Very, very hard to get your third base when your opponent gets set up on it. Here come the bombers, by the way. These railguns ain't gonna make so much of a defense. Yeah, AGame's like, okay, that's the end. A pity we don't get to see all the railguns explode, but, you know, photos taken moments before disaster, you know what I'm saying? And, AGame is gonna lose game 2. That'll bring the scoreline to 1-1. And we'll jump into game 3 here. Yeah, you know, it's true. But I think the big problem was that, when he took that first railgun fight, he really got stomped in it. You know, it's interesting, like, what Descara's doing. He kind of makes his opponent answer with something other than just rails, which is what he wants. So his railguns are a bit late. He gets stomped in that first fight. And then after that, it just feels like AGame was on the defensive for the whole game. Base for to retire coming out this time. He's going to do the 2 salvager build. I like to do this with just 1, but it is going to be ref mode first. Oh, honor guards are just really good against any kind of unit that you want to blob up. So LAVs, they're going to be great, and then railguns, they can do some good damage too. They are for LAV spam situations, but they do good against rails as well. And they have anti-air, although that didn't help him here. You have to get that tech. We gonna see you in JC15, Orb? I want that. We're gonna start in like 2 weeks. Good, good. Ref put on the way for AGame. Again, notice how he pulls the guys off of the RUs here. He just wants to mine CUs, that's all he needs right now. No. Wow, that's too bad. I'll ping you anyway. Moving carrier. Oh, you mean like trying to get your third base to be this one so that you can go that way? Yes, actually. Yeah, that's something that we typically do on Turin. Uh-oh. I have a feeling something bad is gonna happen. Well, we'll keep our eyes on the resources tab. This is AVs, by the way, from Descara. Now, you don't often see aggro on this map. And this is definitely AV rush here, right? Long, long rush distance. You know, it's often just a map where you see people go 2-base air, stuff like that. But gonna be AVs instead. And I like it. A little bit more aggressive, a little bit more my style. Yeah, and you know, if you've been watching JC15 or 14, you know what AVs can do. These things have been freaking murdering everybody, so. But assault chips are good on this map too, and that is what AGame's gonna tech, so. Your memory serves you right, or serves you right. Serves you right? Isn't that what you say when, like, you kind of in-your-face somebody? Maybe I've got this wrong. This is only 2 AVs, by the way, so this is gonna be quite a fake-out move, I think, for AGame. Or, sorry, for Descara. He wants to show the, oh my goodness. That float is when you queue up a second PC. He wants to show his opponent AVs, make him freak out, defend, and then, you know, he'll be ready to go up onto 3-base himself. Yeah, you really need to queue second PC here for sure. So actually, the thing about AVs now is that they have a little bit of AoE, and that means that they also have 100% accuracy. That's just how units work in DOK, so. Their DPS is actually the same at all ranges. Which is kind of surprising, but there it is. AGame does have a second PC started now. Could get armor 1 here, but yeah, this is a very, very late PC. I agree with Descara. Because he's going to be on 3-base in like a moment here. Well, I wouldn't call it behind. Because, like, I mean, look, 3-base is getting set up here. This PC's still building, let alone has he got salvagers for it. Yeah, a bit of a macro problem for AGame here. Oh, behind stream. I see, I see. yeah, exactly. But that's, I think, the point, is that you make your opponent really get nervous about the AVs, and it turns out you only had 2 of them or whatever. Fighter and gunship tech. I would be surprised, though, if we don't see Descara build a couple of AVs to try and hold the counterattack. This is what always happens when you play AV push and then your opponent answers with assault chips, is that they're gonna show up with the assault chips on your side. You want to build a couple of AVs to defend. You can use the strike fighters to do it, but then they can't attack ecos, so that feels pretty sad. Picking the AVs onto AGame's second, or third, I guess you would say. And that's good too, he just wants to buy for a bit of time. Because his AVs are a bit damaged, though, he's actually gonna not, you know, be able to hold this terribly effectively. Why not move carrier? Probably has to do with just the fact that it's a lot slower than the support cruiser, but I like to move my carrier when I play Coalition here. It's up to you. Looks like Descara is gonna say I prefer getting the economy set up here. Oh, I see. Like, you don't want to have your carrier on one flank and not able to respond to the other. Yeah, I guess that works too. Armor 1 was never tech tiers. These AVs... Your coalition is a bit bad? I think you mean very bad. Yeah, these AVs are not going to fight the assault ships super effectively, but if they've got the carrier there to do Sunder, you're basically at like armor -7 for AGame, so that should feel fine. AV's going to try to make a pushover on this side, but AGame's got him sussed over here. Did he say sus? But fighter and gunship should have been seen by AGame. When the carrier attacks, it reveals itself. And Descara gonna get these strike fighters set up here. But AGame should know that it's coming. So he can go interceptors, he can go missile ships, but he's got to do something to answer the air, of course. Carrier systems 1. Interesting. But we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, I actually hate the nuke. I made that very clear when Jaraci patch was new. I was actually advocating for AGame to just remove it, which of course he didn't do, but that would have been kind of crazy. That's a lot of strike fighters being built here. Missile ship fab on the way, but the strike fighters are already out. I think what you want to do then is probably hit the eco, but it looks like Descara is going to bulk here. He wants to take out the assault ships instead. I'm going to say that he needs it. And he might be right. I mean, it's Descara. He's usually right when he makes calls like this. Nice little smoke here to just buy a bit of time. Wants to smoke his eco as well, he's going to do just that. And with the strike fighters here, he will win this trade. Let's check the unit's loss attack. It looks bad again. I mean, this is what Descara does to people. He just makes you take bad trades. It's horrifying. I know exactly what you're referring to. I know exactly what you're referring to. Probably Descara does too. Either way, you know, you made your opponent reveal his air on your army, which feels good actually as the Gaussian player. But you still took so many bad losses, so you know, I've got to give the game state to Descara. I feel like this is really a nice place to be. And for AGame, you're kind of struggling to see what the next tech is going to be. He's got missile ship here. I think maybe siege is the answer, but it is going to be assault cruisers coming up. So I always talk about that fabled army comp, the siege cruiser missile ship to answer assault cruisers. But AGame really shouldn't be out here, by the way. I mean, this is not good because you're still going to take losses. Better to keep those guys back at home. Uh-oh, and the AVs are going to make an attempt over here as well. A couple of assault ships building, though. That should keep them safe. But if this missile ship dies, that'd be pretty sad. There's always a threat of bombers here, and AGame has to know that. Teching carrier power, though, he wants to make a carrier flank. Something that's kind of not been in the meta for a while here, but he's going to try it. Always feels like so dangerous, though, to just move out into Fog of War like this, but he saw there's no railgun tech, it's only air, which does not do much damage to carriers and Jaraci, so he's going to try for this. Missile ship is going to die, though, so that's pretty good for Descara. I mean, really, if you're, you know, threatening your opponent with bombers, which he doesn't have to get the tech to do, right? AGame feels threatened by the bombers, I'm sure. You know, you've gotta get tons of missile ships, and so losing them actually really does take money away from your opponent. More money than just the cost of the missile ship. Here come the strike fighters. I don't know what he's talking about. But there's no anti-air here? Like, look, Descara can just hit salvagers if he wants. He's gonna go for the PC. Oh, he's going for the jugular. If he has the window, you know, fair play. He might kill this PC here. Oh, he's gonna get it. Tell me they didn't run out of ammo. No, they're fine. And down goes the PC. Okay, he'll lose one strike fighter for it. Oh no. That's a trade you take any day. That's a trade you take any day. Artifact is going to be denied though, and perhaps AGame can deny some more. Carrier going to reach the other side of the map now. And again, this is so dangerous, because, you know, your opponent could just, like, have railguns or something, but Descara has more carrier power. I mean, I don't think you can do this anyway. He's actually building a base runner here? No. But he's building a PC here. That feels a bit out of place. And AGame just gonna kind of have to run away here. He says hello, you know. He's a gentleman. Let's see if AGame can stop these extracts. That would be big. One skim gonna get picked off there. Looks like the assault ships have ideas to stop this, but you know, they are vulnerable to air. I just saw a strike fighter turn invisible. Okay. So I saw it happen this time. Yeah, there's actually 3 strike fighters here, just don't question it. I don't know why that happens, but units just turn invisible sometimes. Still no other tech for AGame. So he's just gonna fight this with like assault ships here. And he doesn't have any missile ships in mid, like he's bleeding assault ships again. That units lost tab is just gonna keep looking bad here, I feel. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Descara probably can extract this one whenever he likes now. He's just got so much field control by virtue of, you know, like his opponent just not being able to answer the air here. The missile ships are finally here, but here's an assault cruiser, you know, and that's a pretty good answer to AAVs. Or sorry, assault ships, but AGame gonna tech into railguns then to try and answer this. Yeah, I saw it. But, you know, don't feel good. Don't feel good. AGame does have quite a bit of carry power. He's got Systems 3 done. Descara finishing Systems 2, but it's kind of fake because he doesn't have mobility, which is like the real power 2 on a carrier. Yeah, you know, like mobility is, mobility gives you 2 power, Systems 2 gives you 3 power, right? Yes. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Anyway, now we're gearing up for a big fight here. The probe catches the carrier, so he knows about this. I like the attempt though, right? I mean, he's saying, okay, you've got to answer this carrier here, but you can just leave a couple railguns at home and I think you'll be okay there. This big fight can't go AGame's way, can it? Assault cruisers are here, targeting jammers, landing in the middle of the ranks as well. Oh no, this doesn't look good at all for AGame. He does have the assault ship sliding through over here though. I mean, Descara's carrier being threatened by AGames, maybe you'll have to unpower the logistics modules, but this entire front just insta-died. He wasn't even watching, yeah, that's about what it looked like. Unless Descara really, like, falls asleep here, I feel like AGame just lost the game, actually. How are you gonna stop this sledgehammer? He does have some railguns, but they're all assaults, too. Oh, I see, you're just like, go kill him. I know you can't, but just give it your best. He kills some salvagers here. But yeah, I mean, I do have to agree, honestly. It does feel like Descara just sort of had the lead of the game from the beginning. That's another invisible strike fighter for you. You can see the missiles that it fires even. Look at this. Yeah, there it is. Carrier looks like he's gonna limp away to fight another day. But here comes this flank. And this one's gonna be hard to stop. He does have 2 heavies though, no EMP. Assault railguns need to be kiting right now. Oh boy. Well, but he seems to be repelling this attack actually. Oh, is the carrier dying? How did this happen? Oh, he's gotta power up the heals! Oh gosh. Ah, the railgun's warming up! It didn't get a shot off. Okay. I see, he's gotta power up the speed because these rails are still chasing him. Yeah, that's game over, right? It's gotta be. I don't see how he gets away from that. Oh, look at this AC. It lives on that much HP. It can just use its heal now and get like half of its health back. Oh man, terrible, terrible. The carrier's limping away to safety. Ugh. He's still alive! Oh, no, no, there he goes. I know the feeling, AGame. That's how I feel whenever I play against you. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know, we've actually seen that. You should go back and watch, like, Kharak Cup 2. That was very much that playstyle. Kharak Cup 2, I think, the one with the finals of Garmulator versus Descara, if I'm not mistaken. But I would have to go back and look. We'll jump into Game 4 here, though. Scoreline is 2-1, Descara favored. And it's funny, it seems that every player always loses on whatever map that he picked. So... Oh, that was way back in, like, 2018. That was ages ago. I think I have it in a playlist, so it should be easy to find, but... Speaking of Kharak Cup 2, the finals game I really remember was a CVC on College Teeth, so... This is gonna be GVS, it's very different. Or SVG, that's a final format. College Teeth is a good map for Coalition Sylvan against Galzian. I don't really like it against ConF, but against Galzian I really do. And the difference, of course, is ConF Siege, which is just an amazing unit here. Same with ACs. And the game often devolves into kind of an artillery spam meta. I think that Coalition is really favored in that because of their precision barrage ability. So, when I play Galzian on this map, I don't want to, but if I have to, then what I like to do is try to like rush my opponent. We do see Sandskim Rafat from AGame, he might have similar thoughts, but either way, he's going to keep the base fender. Now, he did this on Boneyard, remember? Where he ends up going for like the assault ship aggro play, but he kept the base fender. It's very sneaky, like... Seeing this scanner here for Descara, you'd be like, okay, yeah, my opponent's going eco. Great placement, by the way, because it can't be attacked by anything, so... He'll have free vision on Descara until he invests a unit to go kill that thing.
Destination locked in. Coordinates verified. Salvager online. Defense alert. Support identified. Ready for deployment.
It's gonna be assault ships once again. Like I said, this is what we saw in Boneyard. And it looks like carrier gonna be invested to try and kill the scanner here. And it will go down eventually. It might take a while, but it will. Probably better to power up the weapons here, honestly. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't invest, just carrier. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Fleet cap goes up for AGame. There was once a time where the meta with these assault ship pushes was around trying not to get fleet cap 45, but it's so cheap now, it just doesn't really matter. There's the tech. And there's the first assault ship. PC spotted though, I think. And that's actually crucial because, again, Descara might have been faked out by that read, but now he knows for sure. Base Runner gonna stay, and again, what he wants to do is get the, what he wants to do is use, like, the Base Runner heal. He did that really effectively in Game 1. A little bit of high ground goes a long way, by the way, and AGame's trading very nicely. 2 for 0. Yeah, I think he actually got it before building salves, but I'd have to watch again. Here come the assault ships. Didn't see the PC. Okay, yeah, that's pretty crucial. AV tech done now. And Descara definitely wants to build him here. But this is rough. He's already, like, his opponent is on the base here. Jetpack's gonna be deployed. What can this do, though? Base Runner heal is on. Oh my gosh, it gets the assault ship really low, actually nets him a kill. Descara gonna keep driving up here. This assault ship gonna fall too. And AGame is denying mining time, but his army is getting killed. This is very different from the first game. Yeah, wow. That's amazing. Really, really good hold by Descara there. That's spectacular. AGame kind of has to run away now. Of course, he doesn't want to lose the PC. That'd be devastating. But this base runner might not escape. Depends if Descara wants to invest the AV chasing it. He does. So the base runner will die. And you know, Descara is getting up on 2 base here, so you're always going to be behind in this scenario now, unless you can keep the pressure up somehow, even if you get ref mode started like right now. It seems to be working. It seems to be working. I mean, obviously it netted you a win in game 1. I like that. I like to see players get a bit inventive with their build orders. Because that base runner heal really turns out to do a lot. Well, that can be fine. That can be fine, but you know, AVs are good. That's all I can say. So both players get siege now, right? No, but AGame really does need to get his 2 base set up here, and he's always going to be behind. Descara can go for like a support cruiser now, because look, he's the one pushing. He's not feeling any pressure at all right now. Bad focus fire from AGame, by the way. And you know, he's going to be on 3 base miles before his opponent. Can miles be a unit of time? Probably not. Is PC dead? Nah, he should be fine. AGame really believes that he's building salvagers here. Jeez. I don't know if I'd be that confident, but there it is. I wonder if this sand skimmer can actually kill this one. Nah, it doesn't look like he has enough time. Yeah, this salvager's just gonna die. I don't know why you're building salves out of a PC that's in the front line like this. Is that an SC? What is that? It's a nothing? No, it's a salvo. I don't want to look. let's not pay attention to that. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Very reminiscent to the tight end passage game, which almost made me throw up. No, I mean it's hard to overstate just how behind AGame is here. There's the support cruiser building now. Railgun fab on the way. And if you're AGame, don't you have to be ready for like anti-air as well? You know, I mean, it's just there's so much to do. He just got ref mode now, but it wouldn't have mattered if he had it earlier. His PC was still out in mid. But yeah, I mean, this ain't good. This ain't good. Are you sure? It might be a little bit heinous to look at. Yeah, we'll leave it open. We'll leave it open. Railgun tech done for Descara. That's what he's going to use here. I would actually not hate artillery, but railguns are really good against assault ships, you know. I always joke about how it just devolves into like a siege war, but it happens because it's a good tech on this map, especially. Yeah, he likes to revel in his masterpiece, you know? What can I say? Oh! What's happening over here? I will say Descara has really basically no army here, but again, it's because he's got scouting, like... By the way, tech was scouted here, so he saw railguns. If you're AGame, you might be like, okay, let's just go back in. Like, that's what Sparrow would do. It's not really an AGame type of move, but I mean, maybe. But, you know, Descara sees you. Like, he's got very good scouting information on the map, and so if he saw that, he would build more army. So, yeah, the reason he's got no army on the field is because he's got all the eco that he wants, right? AGame's moving up to 3 base. He's not going to be too far behind, but, well... I was about to say he will be too far behind, so I'm going to take that back. Heavy Vehicles 3 finishing now, by the way. MagXL is not yet teched, but he can get that whenever he likes. Still no tech for AGame. But, you know, you would imagine that it would be, like railguns to answer the assault ships, and so probably siege is an option here. But it's tough because AGame needs to have anti-air too. He did actually scout the carrier recently, I guess, so maybe he knows that he's safe from that. Oh, you know what? He saw railgun tech. What am I talking about? I sound crazy right now. What's wrong with you, man? Anyway, this is Armor 1 versus Armor 3, so, I mean, he definitely wins this fight by the numbers, but, a couple more AVs and Descara can win fights like this. Either way, though, AVs are faster than assault chips, so he's not going to be too worried about this. Here come the railguns. That is going to be seen by AGame. It is going to be missile ship fab for AGame, yeah, so I mean, he does have to invest into that in the end. Really like to spend that money on Armor 2 or Siege or something like that. You know, I don't know how you answer the railguns. I mean, AGame's doing a good job just kind of stalling here, but... No, I think the carrier's fine. It won't really be able to contribute much to the fight. In fact, it could be a liability. I mean, eventually it'll die to rails, so... I think he's fine where he is. But Descara just owns the map right now. I mean, look at the green circles, look at the pink circles. Tell me which one you prefer. Skin's gonna try to make a run by here, but Descara's kept himself pretty well defended with the AVs. This is a bit of a weakness though, as these two railguns get caught out. These assault ships have to be careful though. They can't fight this. Again, it's Armor 3 versus Armor 1. Yeah, so one assault ship goes down here, but he does get a couple railguns. It's gonna go some distance to evening the unit's lost stat. Here comes a base runner for AGame, but not gonna have any luck picking up this artifact here. Now you might ask, why would you build a base runner in this scenario? But I think actually he did it to try and deny the artifact from Descara. But if he can kill it with these assault chips, he'll kind of get the same effect. So this isn't horrible, it's not the end of the world. These railguns also a little bit exposed, although there is carrier power in the ALMs. Base runner heal being used here, but they're not actually hitting the enemy base runner. Oh, you need to focus fire this. These are Armor 3 railguns against unupgraded skins. They don't take much damage. Yeah, with some kind of bad focus fire, AGame not going to manage to kill any of these, actually. Oh dear. Skims start chewing over here, but they've got a lot of gristle to chew through on these railguns with that Armor 3. And the AVs are here in position, they're ready to smoke them. Even a couple TJs are available, it looks like he doesn't even need them. Gonna drop it on these sand skimmers here, just why not, you know? And yeah, Descara just owns the map. Siege is finally done here, but it's way too late. There's no way you can get anything done here, I don't think. AVs just do their thing over here. You can see the chonkening. And again, you know, it's Armor 3 versus Armor 1. Like, they just don't take any damage compared to his opponent. Here's the Siege Cruiser, finally. But I really feel like it's just too little too late. Assault Cruiser fab teching for Descara as well, so he does want to move into that Siege late game, you know. This is always how it begins with the Assault Cruiser. Then your opponent gets railguns and tries to stall out on the hills, then you get artillery, yeah. But you're right, he's just got so many units here. You know, it's gonna be real tough to fight this. As in, borderline impossible. Yep, that's it alright, Descara macro. He always just does this. I swear, when he plays, he just has like a buff that gives him more money. I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, this is the real reason why he has so many units on the field. It's because he hasn't lost any. Oh gosh. Actually AGame has already got missile ships out, so I don't think so. Or do you mean for the Gaussian player? It's not really very easy. Like, you can use the base runners to get, AA turrets, and you kind of, like, have a problem where even if you can hurt the, economy, then your opponent just kills you on the front line. So, I think having the siege cruiser is better. First barrage, which is a pretty good reveal. Lands pretty squarely on the railguns here. This siege cruiser, though, I think is just dead to AVs, right? AGame's making his best attempt at it. He's actually got the EMP shell. Only hits one, which is a little sad. Second siege cruiser is out. What? Oh, you mean you want to use this for like the coalition nuke and joke patch? I see. Yeah, they don't do terribly well in that fight today. And this is without the two ACs that are just sitting idle in mid. Yeah, it's just a total rundown. AGame gonna put himself out of his misery here with the GG, and we will move on to game number 5. The scoreline is 3-1 right now, and Descara, he's on series point here. After all the amazingly close series in the upper bracket, it'd be surprising for the finals to end up being so one-sided. AGame took game 1, but he hasn't had much luck otherwise. Canyon Outpost, though. Now, this is a map that AGame knows very well. This is a map that he really likes to play. We'll see what if he's got something special cooked up here. Yeah, I mean, really, it's tough. And I think Siege is good at it, but again, the problem on College Teeth is that, like, Coalition Siege is just, I feel, very good in the Siege versus Siege matchup, so... You know, you don't like ending up in that situation. True, because of all your AV rushing on. Well, I just want to reiterate, potentially this is the end of the series right here, but... Otherwise, we'd have KT ult and then GT ult for the last, if AGame wants to go for the reverse here. Not a reverse sweep entirely, because he did win game 1. Yep, BR retained here. This is SC first, though. So, I mean, I'm sure Descara knows about the threat from AGame here. But, yeah, he's not going to be too afraid of it. AGame wants to go Soul Chips here, I'm sure. I mean, he could Rail Rush, I guess, but... I don't know. Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. It certainly fits. The gigantic EMP ball, yeah. It certainly fits. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's a joke patch that Just Carry and I have been working on. The Coalition Nuke is replaced by this ridiculously giant EMP ball. Like, it's... I don't even know how to explain it. You just have to experience it for yourself. The effect when it explodes covers the entire map. It's just... it's absurd. Railgun Fab. Okay, so we are going to change things up here for AGame. Note the 1-1 distribution. If Descara is paying attention to this, that might give away that it's railguns already before the tech is even done, but... either way, he'll probably want to keep that probe over on the carrier, so that he can see the tech when it comes out and know for sure. It's AV tech for Descara. Now, AVs can work on this map. I mean, normally you don't like AVs into a rail rush, but this map is very good for AVs. ALM gonna get deployed here. Try and ward his opponent off. He wants to, you know, earn mining rights on this second base. Huh. But AGame with the heavy rail coming out. Kim's gonna start hitting the support cruiser. I mean, that's not good for Descara if he loses this, of course, but it would take a lot to kill that thing off. And now they're hitting the salvagers, too. He actually manages to kill one, so AGame's doing some good damage already. Descara is, like, not mining right now. He needs to get back on it. This is starting to look a little bit dicey, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're doing damage before the railguns come out, you're in a good spot, you know what I mean? AV's out, this guy's idle. That's very nice. 2 heavy railguns on the field already. And probably EMP rounds is going to be coming on the way for AGame here once he just gets a little bit more CU. EMP rounds become such a meta thing for the rail rush. TJ really needs to get deleted and get this base burn into the action. No, it looks like he's going to back away here. You can't take this fight. Descara gonna be careful how he rotates his carry, because he doesn't want the AVs to take damage right off the bat. This ALM actually very nicely placed. It's just on the other side of the dune, so it can hit people down here, but it's a little hard to shoot at it. Looks like AGame's found the angle, though. ALM goes down. Still no signs of 2PC, but you don't really need it until your opponent starts LAV spamming, so that's fine. TJ's still available, though. So, if Descara is gonna hold this off, he needs to make some kind of play with that TJ. Right now, it's tough because his opponent's kind of on like half a 2 base, and he's not gonna get to do any long distance mining, right? Railgun's gonna approach here, but they get kind of donked on by the Savan carrier. Very nice. Not every time it's gonna land both hits like that, but it sure hurts. Oh, that's a great TJ! Now Descara comes up with the AVs. He wants to put a smoke down like right here so he can kill these. There's the EMP. EMP lands pretty well. TJ gonna be deleted. He kills the assault railguns. He can get the heavies now if he wants them, but he might still lose everything else, so it looks like he's gonna smoke the heavies away. Gets another assault railgun kill. I was backing away here. Oh man. Very, very tight trading there, but AGame's gonna get a little bit more on the fadeaway here. But remember, these units that AGame loses are much more expensive than the ones that Descara does. Easier to replace these AVs than the assault railguns. Heavies didn't die though, and that's a big, big deal. They won't have their EMP cooldowns up now, but it's not too long. Assault Rail manages to get some pot shots out. TJ is almost back up. But if you start taking damage on this SC, it feels so bad because you can never heal this up with Savan. You'd have to like build a second support cruiser, which is just way too much of an investment. A couple Sandskimmers get killed though. TJ gets deployed. Here come the AVs again. This time they really want to focus the heavies. Those units are so expensive. You can get the kills. It's huge. Looks like he can't though. He's just going to back away here. He can use another smoke to isolate this and kill off the Sandskimmers. Smoke gets used. Gonna try and block off the heavy rails here. Nice EMP lands, but it's like no follow-up, it looks like. Oh man. AV goes down. Carrier's, you know, just doing DOK things over there. It's 4 AVs left. Like I said, this hold feels a little dangerous. It's not easy to fight railguns with AVs. I almost think what he needs is another base runner. He has to evacuate the main though. Yeah, at this point it feels pretty desperate. Logistics module's getting killed too. I mean, that's just icing on the cake. Now your opponent can't even build any units. Looks like he's gonna try for one last hurrah here. But AGame has won the field, and he has certainly won this game. There's no way that Descara can come back from this. Not without an actual miracle. I think so. Yeah, I think the best way is to spam LEVs out. And yep, Descara goes ahead and GG's here. He sees the writing on the wall. Close game, man. That was a very, very close rail rush, but... You know, Descara made some great moves with those AAVs, but he just wasn't quite able to get it done. Well played, well played. Let's jump into game 6, huh? Scoreline is 3-2, Descara favored. If AGame can win this one, we'll draw the series and we'll move on to the last map, which is GT Alt. That would be pretty hype. That'd be pretty hype. KT Alt, though, a map that Descara has typically done well on. He likes to play his LEV styles here, but it looks like he's changing things up. I see 2 on RUs already. Maybe this is just to get the SC timing, but I don't actually know what he's going for. Retired the base runner either way. Yeah, this must just be like an SC timing. There's a quick drop production upgrade on the way. Okay, so this is going to be LAV spam. Maybe this is always the build and I'm just kind of derping a little bit. He's going to get that production upgrade, have LAV fab done, and then spam a couple LAVs out, pressure his opponent, try and get 2 base faster. That's usually the MO. AGame's like, I ain't have none of that. So he's going to go Sandskimmer fab, try and meet him out in the midfield. I think that depends on what you're playing. If it's SC first, yeah, I really think you should. In fact, I really honestly prefer not retiring the base runner with that build. But if you're gonna go with LAV spam, you can see Descara not gonna deploy that, so because he'll have vision with his LAVs. Yeah, what else is there to say? You know, I guess if your opponents are always changing up what they do in response to a build that you could do on a particular map, like, that's a really big advantage to have. You saw me do this against Descara and it failed horribly, of course. Now we see AGame doing it against Descara. Hopefully he can do better, because that will bring us to an ace match, which we all want to see. Salvager taking Falf over here. Coalition Salvagers with 0 armor, they do go down pretty easy. Can he take that one maybe even for free? There's a bit of bad focus fire. Oh wait, this guy's gonna die too. So it costs him a Sandskimmer. But if you're AGame, I think you're pretty happy with that. Bit of high ground here, though. AGame does have to be careful. He's gonna back away, he should be alright. Oh, this is a bit dangerous for Descara. The Sandskimmers could jump up on top of him here, but looks like he's gonna be fine. Sandskimmer's taking a lot of damage on the run-up now. Yeah, and they're gonna take a bit of damage on the retreat, too, so Descara's microing these schemes very well. There's no tech for AGame. Second PC on the way. That means that for the time being, he's in the power trough, right? Where his opponent outproduces him. And this is where things are dangerous for Galzine. He's really got to actually manage to out-maneuver these LAVs. Make it expensive for them to gain any ground on him so that he can buy time and then get that second PC out. It's not easy. It's definitely easier said than done. Probably it's going to be railgun tech here, but first he gets armor. Okay, that tells you he's really feeling the heat. It's going to delay the railgun tech quite a lot. Or if you wanted to go back to ref mode, it'll delay that too. Descara, meanwhile, looks like he's going to do the same, but no signs of a support cruiser here. Armor 1 finishes as all the Sandskimmers start flashing blue. PC taking actually a fair amount of damage here, but Descara not going to make the mistake of trying to jump on that. Here's a bunch of skims though up on high ground. They have armor when his opponent does... Oh, his opponent does as well. Big trade being taken here, but it looks fairly even so far. AGame maybe getting the worst side of it. Health bar is low for the LAVs, but if they didn't die, you know, they're still doing 100% damage. Second PC is done, though. Here's where things can start to swing. But the production lines are kind of split off from each other. That's actually pretty bad for AGame. He's gonna try to dive in here, but again, you're taking so much damage on the run-up. I really like the armor upgrade here because, one, it's very cheap, as opposed to raiding, which is about the same cost, but like twice as much for the time. And two, the sand skimmers do like benefit from having the speed a lot, but they benefit more for the armor. Yeah, it's a more direct effect, as just Carrier's saying. Because if you get into a trade, you really would wish you had the armor instead of the raiding. It's a good tech to get, though. It's just you can't really do it first, I don't think. By the way, AGame, the way he's positioning these PCs tell me it's probably ref mode here. Yep, there it is. Descara getting up on 2 right now as well. He's got that SC done. For Descara, I think Assault Pack would be really good. But it looks like he's gonna hold off and probably spend those RUs on attack instead. Here comes the climactic fight here, but I think AGame really wins this one. LAV Armor 2 is teching, but it's not done yet, so it ain't helping him at all right now. That's a pretty good trade for AGame, and he's gonna pick off a logistics module too, which does matter. Salvager's gonna take fire over on this side too. AGame's gonna try and trap him with the ALM, but AGame's doing a lot of damage here. I think I said something wrong there. Oh. And look, even now it's 9 to, what is that, 11? No, that's 13. Oh my gosh. AGame outnumbers him by a lot here, actually. He doesn't have armor too, but like, man, that's dangerous. This is a lot of damage actually being taken by Descara now. Units Lost tab is evened up, but AGame's the one who's ahead on economy. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, you can go all the way back here, but it just takes forever, you know? Railgun Fab gonna finish for AGame.
Assault railgun fabrication unlocked. Acknowledged.
And fleet capacity coming up for him as well. My question is he gonna go honor guards here? But I mean, I think it's really obviously good against this comp, but it would take a long time to get. Otherwise, assault rails are pretty effective here. Descara still doesn't have attack. Okay, now he's gonna pick AAVs, but he's so outnumbered here. I mean, this is very scary. I think AGame would do well to have raiding here actually, but other than that, I mean, he's got to be feeling real good about this. Look, he outnumbers him 2 to 1 in this blob. That's crazy. This is a good map for LAVs, but I mean, they can only trade so well. There's raiding. As AGame fills out his bases here. By the way, Just Carrier, on the topic of icons, you should change the missile ship barrage and joke patch to be the coalition nuke indicator instead of the Gaussian nuke one, because I think it spawns more than one. So, you know, like each missile that it fires is its own indicator. That'd be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Anyway, AV tech finishes for Descara. It's gonna be fighter and gunship tech now. Interesting. But AGame already with the missile ships. Wow, how does he know? Like, this is blind. He's gonna want to scout the opponent carrier if he can, and this sand skimmer will not survive to do it. Oh, I see, I see. Well, I still think the coalition nuke indicator is probably better. It's a pity we can't change it. Gunships! Actually, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that. Because, you know, the missile ships are going to be out by the time that eco can be damaged, but still, like, if you have a gunship out, I mean, look how fast the sand skimmers are, 160, right? A missile ship is like 70 or something. And basically, you lock the skims to wherever they've got a missile ship to protect them, because if they go out on their own, the gunship will just eat them for breakfast, right? So, yeah. Actually, gunships could be really effective here. In a way that strike fighters just kind of don't do. Carrier was spotted there, just very briefly, but the air tech had just finished. I mean, there's no way that AGame saw that. Oh, and that might even give him some false sense of security, but he does have a missile ship done. And it's TAC Bomber Fab immediately for Descara. Jeez, he loves this unit. Seems like he wants to build this every game. Yeah, we shall see indeed.
Taking railgun in service. We have insufficient resources.
Strike fighters are against your religion, huh?
Target conditions have green mark set. Taking railgun power.
Skin's gonna start doing their thing here, but of course AGame does sort of show his hand by this, like where the blob is. Yeah, the thing is, like, bombers are gonna take so long to come out, but when they do, you know, it's gonna be this huge thing to deal with, right? Missile ships just don't cut it. Yeah, sorry, I've kept you up, but it's really your fault for producing such good replays. Damage 2 teching for AGame now. You know, there's a world where AGame's caught sleeping and the bomber can hit the skins while they aren't moving and just kill all of them in one shot, but I don't think that will happen. Honor Guard's gonna be the tech for AGame, so he does end up getting this. But Honor Guards are good targets for bombers, you know, so you do want to be careful there. The thing is, he still doesn't know that there's air tech, let alone that there's bombers on the field. Look, they're in the queue, like they're almost in the hangar. You can like lay your head on your pillow and then get up. You know, that's enough rest. That's enough rest. Don't think the carrier was scouted here, by the way. A gunship is building too. Yeah, no, I mean, if the blob is moving, it's really, really hard to hit it with bombers. He'll probably use it on like the rails or on the missile ship or something like that. Oh man, I mean, I can see it already. You kill the missile ship with the bombers, and then the gunship just does whatever it likes to the skimmer blob. Oh. But the bomber's spotted! Oh, that's so big! This hero sand skimmer sees the bombers, and Descara's gonna be like, well, I gotta use them now. Oh man, that's gotta be a bad feeling for AGame though. He's like, what do I do? Yeah, missile ships on the queue, base runner on the queue, whatever can give him some anti-air. Probe gonna tank a shot for the bombers, jeez. That's good micro. Bomber wants the railguns, and he gets what he wants. Down it goes. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's like, your heart just sinks right there. AGame was in such a good position this game here. Yeah, but, like, the problem is that he scouted the carrier right as AirTech came out, and he didn't see it. It's like, man. I know the feeling. That's happened to me recently. Frickin' Descara. Guy gets too lucky. Gunship is sharking around here, by the way. This is dangerous, though. We know that gunships don't do much damage to eco for reasons. He wants the skimmer blob, but the missile ship is here. Oh, this is very sloppy from Descara. He's just gonna kind of feed this over. Honor Guard tech started World War I. Yes, I agree. Mag XL for Descara now, as he's gonna get some railguns out. Yeah, that's a trash ship. I'll agree with that. That's a trash ship. But, you know, this meager number of missile ships is not enough to stop the 3 bombers here. Like, they can still kill all the anti-air, and then the gunships just go and blow everything up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Probes being sacrificed here. They make for good meat, you know, probes. LAV's gonna take a kind of a bad trade here, though. Assault railguns in position here. They're even using attack move like it's StarCraft 2. Very nice. Bomber gonna try to hit on the missile ship now. You can see, or it looks like actually hitting the railguns here. Yeah, it's true. Really nice TJ, by the way. It's actually blocking the missile ship, which makes it like impossible to makes it impossible to fight the bombers here. Oh no, and these assault railguns got kind of forgotten about here. They're actually gonna fall. He's not saying that sarcastically. They are just really cheap. No rail EMP or anything like that, so it's gonna be a little hard to fight this. He does have range calibration, but that's not gonna help too much against AAVs. And there's just no anti-air left. Okay, this is really funny. Alright, he gets it out eventually. You just, you know, we do a little trolling. One salvager goes down on the main base. And yes, HGC AA would be really good here, I think. But the problem is that you have to build an honor guard, and it's also a pretty good target for bombers. But if you've got them out, the AA tech is really, really powerful, actually. Yeah, you know, the problem for AGame, though, is that he just has, like, no RU, so you can see it on the thing here. I agree, my friend. I agree. And you come just in time. This is the finals for the most recent tournament, and it's potentially the deciding match if Descara can win it. He's the red player here. Uh-oh, Bomber finds the skin. Okay, if that was a gunship, it'd be a little bit more threatening, but still he gets 3 of them. And you're right, that's a lot of units there. You know, maybe you can go Siege here, but this is also not the best map for Siege, so it feels a little tough. But... Battlecruiser Fab on the way for Descara. Okay, I like it. I like it. And these are assault railguns. Like, they can't really do much against these railguns. They're really good at holding the flanks off, but they're just gonna melt in this straight-up fight. There's not many railguns for Descara, though, and AGame has range calibration, but he's up in the front with the railguns instead of with the skin blob. Oh, no. That's not good at all. Range calibration gonna be turned on here. But he's already in range of his opponent. See if the skims can do anything, though, but this is a lot of AVs. That's a lot of AVs. Targeting jam are going to be used to try and keep these railguns alive for a bit, but the AVs are going to back away. Bombers just doing their thing like they do. Adam, eh? Well, he's going to die. Skims just want to kill these railguns. They just got to trade out for value here. They are going to get most of the railguns. Only one of them escapes. You know, AGame, miraculously, I feel like he managed to hold there. He's almost got the money for an Honor Guard, but unless you've also got the money for Honor Guard AA, I feel like he can just never build them, because they're just targets for the bombers. Yeah, this is so tough. What AGame needs, I guess, is just more heavies and more missile ships, but, I mean... Man, you know, and with the Skimmer Blob being dead now, it's good that they traded out for value, but it still feels pretty bad. He's got a few left, he's got 5, but... Rail Armor 3 coming out, now that's good for AGame. Bit more tankiness against the bombers, but, you know, like, when bombers land on a railgun, they kill the one next to it until you get armor free, so that does matter. And, you know, a little bit of tankiness against the enemy rails as well. But this is going to be a really hard hold here. Gunship going to come in here and try and hit these salvagers. I still don't feel like this is a good use of gunship, but, you know. Bomber going to do something more. And, you know, the gunship does actually get kills here, so that's fine, but this missile ship might actually kill it. We do have radar-guided missiles. Oh! Look, he turned back. He was like, okay, I feel bad about this. You can kill the gunship. That guy didn't need to die. That guy didn't need to die. By the way, all the time you've got to remember, there's also BCs, not on the field, but they're being built. I think that's one right now. Yeah. Yeah, a big investment to kill 2 salvagers, right? Yeah. You know. That's a probe. Heavy railguns have the range calibration turned on right now. They've got armor 3 as well, so they're very, very strong in this fight. But the assault rails have to get involved or else it won't work. Missile ship goes down. That means Bomber's free to, you know, do his nasty things over here. This is one of these situations for AGame where you just feel like you need more of everything. Yeah, if you can get the nuke available, yes, but it's gonna take a long time to get there. AGame doesn't even have power 1, same with Descara, so I wouldn't really think so. Oh, well that's good. That's good to know. High ground here though, and outranging his opponent. That feels nice, but the bomber wants the assault rails. Oh, and they're bunching up around the carrier. They all get blown up right there. That's really sad for AGame. This bomber again just gets away. And yeah, you've got to micro them individually because of the bomber. Yeah, this is just like a Gaussian player's nightmare. Honor Guard is on the way. Range calibration turned off. That puts it on cooldown, actually. But yeah, here come the BCs. And in case any of you are unaware of this sexy unit over here, it's like someone took the Coalition BC and then was like, yeah, but wouldn't it be cooler with railguns on it? So, you know, it's gonna trade really nice into this fight. It just never will die. That's probably the proper way to use it. Kind of like in Homeworld Remastered, battlecruisers are never supposed to die. But it's just going to be doing DPS for free for like the whole game now. I mean, that feels so hard to fight against. Bombers in the air again. There's a couple missile ships, but how do you cover everything here? AGame with a really nice split here that keeps these guys safe, but it means this guy is just kind of free to take. He's out of range of the missile ships. Flank of AV's coming up too. And Descara is really pulling out all the stops here. Oh no, the Honor Guard is carrier blocked as well. It's not even getting shots off right now. Missile ships are here. Bomber's gonna get a kill. Oh, the Honor Guard! Oh no, it's just sitting still. Okay, now it's finally able to shoot again. Now it's gonna start hitting for damage here, but that's so much time lost on that Honor Guard. Still though, railguns are getting killed here, so, you know, there is some benefit for AGame. But the bomber, man, oh, it just keeps getting kills here. Honor Guard anti-air is like a must at this point, but it's such an expensive tech. I mean, like, the problem really is that Honor Guards actually fight really well into this comp. It's just that they, you know, they're just targets for the bombers, and so you can see he's got to keep it so safe that whole time. He can't really get any value out of it. Now Systems 1 teching. Yeah, you mean like interceptors for anti-air? It's gonna be tough because he doesn't even have a Soul Chip Fab, so. But they would do well at it, you know. It just takes so long to get. Descara gonna start scooping up some artifacts, by the way. Oh no, that's something I didn't need to see today. Looks like the main base is even getting mined out, so maybe AGame doesn't care too much about losing this, but... Oh, but he does care about losing the second base. That's just brutal, man. Looks like EMP rounds teching now. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah. Well, AGame will happily mine this until it gets exhausted all the way, and then you can just use those salvagers to mine over here. But, man, you know, it don't feel good. It don't feel good. I gotta be careful about carrier blocking here as well. Yeah, see what I mean? This guy here, unable to shoot, unable to move. But looks like he will try and clean up these, yeah, exactly. He will try and clean up these AVs here. You know, I feel like what the problem is that if you have bombers come out like this and you didn't see the air tech, it's like, what you really need is interceptors, but man, how can you get them, you know? It takes so long. So... Honestly though, I really like the new AV. I really enjoy it. If you think of nerfing it, I would just like reduce its AoE, but not remove it. I don't know. This game ain't over yet, by the way. But Descara will have to make a mistake. I mean, this is a really good situation for Descara to be in. Honor Guard anti-air is still not an option here. It just costs too much. Here, you're gonna very slowly kill off the AV there. There's 2 missile ships, that's all. He does have the money for Honor Guard anti-air. I would get this right now. Because it will make your opponent pay for using those bombers. But he probably is like... he probably is reticent to get it because he knows that after he like gets Honor Guard anti-air, that'll be the target for the bombers. And if he loses it, then, you know... But yeah, I mean, this is... this is a good army. Oh no, they sniped a PC. Oh my gosh, that just... You hate to see it. You hate to see it. This is 6 battle cruisers, man. I mean... You know, but railguns are the answer to battle cruisers nominally, so you can actually get some value here. It's just, it's gonna be so hard with the bombers to shark it around. He knows that the bombers are docking right now, though, so now is the time to strike. He's gonna do some huge damage to these BCs here. Oh, it's actually going okay for AGame. The smoke is gonna do so much for Descara, but AGame needs to kite here. He's got to be moving these railguns back. Here come the ALMs. These things are so annoying to deal with as well. TJ lands on the railgun pop. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. He actually has negative speed right now, by the way. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere fast. Oh, no. Man, that's what BCs do, my friends. Like, look, none of them died. You know, they took so much damage, but none of them died, because they've got that smoke ability. Oh, man. And AGame's gonna GG out. He knows how this ends. Amazing game there. Jeez. Well done to both players right there, but that was... man. That was quite a game. That was quite a game. Well, and that'll be our finals for Jaraci Cup 14 as well. Descara gonna take it 4-2. The other finals ended 4-2, didn't they? Strange kind of symmetry there. We'll be running another tournament, Jaraci Cup 15, in 2 weeks, and we'll be running a Joke Patch tournament pretty soon as well, but I'll get you more details on that when I have them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This was an awesome series, and I'll catch you in the next one.